The academic individual is very concerned with what's on the hard drive. And because that's all temporary, so is all of their success and authority. Big difference between the academic individual and the individual of intellect. The greatest difference is probably what their motive or purpose or objective is. I guess the objective. So the objective of, say, the academic individual is really they use the resources of their mind to acquire or attain more data or science, research, knowledge, whatever it may be. And with the intent or objective, I suspect, as becoming an authority, which is fleeting or temporary, just as fleeting as science and evidence, like we talked about. It's always changing. However, an individual of intellect, their objective is quite different. They're using the resources of their mind to acquire understanding, not knowledge, but understanding of the knowledge, right? So they use the resources of their mind with reason and logic, right, to acquire understanding, which ultimately leads to intellectual fulfillment, yeah, which is permanent, that is not temporary, right? Just as addition and subtraction are permanent, that is not temporary. What you put into the equation can always change, and your results can always change, but the better you understand the process or the reasoning, the processing, right? That's the real value, right? Just like my computer, that processor, it doesn't matter if my hard drive's full, empty, the data can change. Oh, this program's now obsolete, I need a new processor still is permanent, right? In our analogy, right? I mean, of course you can get new processors, but the value of a computer is the processor, right? So that's the real big difference between the individual of intellect and the academic individual. The academic individual is very concerned with what's on the hard drive. And because that's all temporary, so is all of their success and authority. Because you can change. That data could become obsolete tomorrow or corrupted, right? The processor, on the other hand, an individual of intellect, that is their focus, right? Because they know this is applicable all the time. Whatever comes, great, I'm prepared. But so often now in academia, in these, everyone with their PhD, permanent head damage, right? They have very little interest in the processor, to the point that they deny the result of how their data is processed. It comes out with these results and it doesn't make them happy. They change their data. They scrap data, they hide it, they falsify it. I mean, how many times do we have to hear of another corporation, mostly in healthcare, pharmaceuticals, where they've scientific fraud or they've manipulated the studies? It's like every year one of these large institutions is found guilty of that. And who's doing their research? They don't do it. They give grant money to universities to do it. So our institutions, trusted institutions of academia, they can't be trusted. The whole thing's almost a sham. It's not that there aren't good people within those institutions. I mean, there are good people in the political institutions, spiritual institutions, academic institutions. There are good people in there with good intentions. However, those systems have become bad systems. So we have good people and bad systems.